Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Before we begin, I'd love it if you could share in the comments where you're listening from and what time it is for you right now. It's always a joy to see people tuning in from different corners of the world and at different moments in their day or night. I also want to take a gentle moment to thank those of you who have already subscribed to this channel and who keep pressing that little like button on the videos that you find most valuable. It truly helps me know what resonates with you, and it helps others find these calming spaces too. And if you ever have ideas or topics you'd like me to explore in future videos, please feel free to suggest them in the comments. Your thoughts and inspirations are always welcome here. So, with that said, let's begin. Chapter 1: Understanding Light's Basics. The night air holds a quiet hum, a gentle breath of the universe itself. Imagine a single photon, a tiny bit of light, gliding through the vastness of space. It travels at a speed so swift it defies human imagination, 300,000 kilometers per second. That is the speed of light, the cosmic heartbeat that pulses through every corner of reality. Picture this. If you could circle the Earth 7.5 times in a single second, that is how fast light moves. It is the fastest messenger in the universe, a constant traveler that connects stars across unimaginable distances. This speed is not just a number. It is the very rhythm of existence, the pulse that keeps time itself steady. As Marie Curie once reflected on the nature of light, light is the fastest messenger, yet it carries the deepest stories. Can you feel that speed? It is the silent rhythm beneath your feet, the steady pulse in your own heartbeat, the same pulse that guides all things from the smallest atom to the farthest galaxy. Now think about what you see. The world you experience, your home, the trees, the sky, is not a solid, unchanging thing. It is made of light. But here is where the wonder begins. The light you see is only a very small part of all the light that exists. The entire spectrum of light is vast, stretching from the faintest whispers of radio waves to the brilliant screams of gamma rays. Yet your eyes, delicate and ancient, can only perceive a narrow band within this immense range. This band, the visible light, is only about 380 nanometers to 700 nanometers in length. To put that in perspective, it is the width of a single human hair measured in the thinnest part of a strand. Imagine trying to hold a rainbow in your hand. Its colors stretch from the deep violet at one end to the warm red at the other. But this entire rainbow is just a tiny slice of the entire light spectrum. You might wonder why this narrow window exists. Why did evolution favor this specific range? Perhaps because it is the most useful for life on Earth. This band of light is the language your eyes have learned to speak, the code that allows you to see the world as it truly is. Light does not simply exist in space, it interacts with everything around it. When light touches matter, it does not pass through silently. It engages, it transforms, and it creates the world you experience. This interaction is the secret behind color. When sunlight hits a red apple, the light waves bounce off the apple in a specific way. The red wavelengths are absorbed less than the other colors, so they reflect back to your eyes as red. The same process happens with every object you see. The blue of the sky? It comes from sunlight scattering through the atmosphere, with shorter blue wavelengths bouncing around more easily. The green of grass? It reflects the wavelengths your eyes find most comfortable. This dance of light and matter is a quiet conversation, a silent dialogue that shapes the world. But light does more than create color. It also carries heat. When sunlight strikes a black surface, the light energy is absorbed and converted into thermal energy, warming the object. This is why dark clothes feel hotter on a sunny day. The sun's light is not just a visual gift. It is a thermal force, a gentle warmth that sustains life on Earth. You might ask, why do some materials feel warm and others cool? It is because of how they interact with light. Materials that absorb light well become warm, while those that reflect light stay cooler. This simple interaction is the reason why the sun warms your skin, why your body feels the heat of the earth, and why the world breathes with light. Consider the journey of light as it moves through our world. It begins in the sun, a massive ball of plasma where hydrogen atoms fuse to create energy. This energy travels through space at the speed of light, a journey that takes 8 minutes to reach Earth. During that time, the light waves stretch and bend, carrying the sun's warmth and color across the void. When they finally touch the Earth, they interact with the atmosphere, the oceans, and the land. They are absorbed, scattered, and reflected, creating the vibrant world we see. This constant dance of light is not random, it is purposeful. It is the same light that flows through your body, warming your cells, guiding your eyes, and shaping your perception of reality. You might wonder how light can be both a wave and a particle at the same time. This duality is not a contradiction, but a beautiful truth, a reminder that the universe operates with layers of complexity, not simple answers. Light reveals itself in many ways, from the gentle glow of a candle to the intense brilliance of a star. Newton's experiments with prisms in the 17th century were a quiet revolution in understanding light. He took a beam of sunlight and passed it through a glass prism, splitting it into the colors of the rainbow. This simple act showed that white light is actually a mixture of all the colors. Newton observed that each color corresponds to a specific wavelength, and he named the spectrum: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. His discovery was not about speed or power, but about the hidden structure within light itself. He wrote, "By a prism, the light of the sun is resolved into a spectrum of various colors, each color being a distinct ray of light." This simple experiment taught us that light is not a single entity, but a collection of waves, each with its own unique identity. Newton's work is a gentle reminder that even the smallest discoveries can change the way we see the world. His quiet observation was the first step in understanding how light shapes reality. Think about the thermal energy light carries. When you stand in sunlight, you feel warmth. That warmth is not magic. It is light energy being converted into heat. Black surfaces absorb more light, so they become warmer. White surfaces reflect light, so they stay cooler. This principle is why the sun feels warm on your skin but feels cool under a tree. Light carries the energy of the sun, and when it interacts with matter, it becomes heat. This is why the earth stays warm enough for life to exist. Without light, there would be no heat, no energy, no life. Light is both the source and the carrier of this vital energy. You might imagine a world without light, no colors, no warmth, no movement. But light is always here, quietly shaping the world around you. Now let us return to the speed of light. It is not just a number. It is a boundary, a limit that defines how fast information can travel. This speed is the same for all objects, regardless of their motion. If you could travel at the speed of light, time itself would slow down for you. But for us, living on Earth, this speed is the constant that keeps the universe in balance. It is the reason why light from the sun takes 8 minutes to reach us, why distant stars appear as they were centuries ago. This speed is the heartbeat of the cosmos, a steady rhythm that connects all things. You might wonder, why does light travel at this specific speed? It is not arbitrary, it is woven into the fabric of space and time itself. This speed is the same for all electromagnetic radiation, from radio waves to gamma rays. It is the universal constant that holds everything together. The visible light band is not the only light we experience. There is infrared light, which we feel as heat, and ultraviolet light, which can cause sunburns. These are parts of the spectrum that your eyes cannot see but your body can sense. Infrared light warms your skin, while ultraviolet light helps plants grow and creates the vitamin D in your body. All these types of light interact with matter in different ways. They carry energy, create heat, and shape the world in their own unique ways. This variety is what makes the universe so rich and alive. Each type of light has a role to play, from the gentle warmth of the sun to the faint signals of distant stars. Light is also a silent partner in the dance of life. It is the reason why plants grow, why animals see, why the earth stays warm. Without light, there would be no photosynthesis, no food chains, no life as we know it. Light is the quiet force that sustains everything. It is the gentle touch that wakes the earth in the morning, the steady presence that guides your day. You might imagine the world without light, no colors, no warmth, no movement. But light is always here, a quiet presence that shapes reality. As you close your eyes, try to feel the light around you. It is not loud or bright, but it is everywhere. It is the gentle rhythm of the universe, the same rhythm that flows through your body, your thoughts, your dreams. This light has been traveling for billions of years, carrying stories from the farthest stars. It is the same light that warmed the earth long before you were born. It is the light that will guide you through the next chapter of your journey. Remember the speed of light, the narrow band of visible light, and the quiet way light interacts with matter. These are the foundations of everything you experience. When you look up at the sky or feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, you are touching the universe itself. Light is not just a concept. It is the quiet presence that shapes your reality, the steady rhythm that connects all things. As the next chapter unfolds, you will discover how light behaves in ways both wondrous and mysterious, how it reveals itself as both wave and particle, and how this duality shapes the world around you. But for now, rest in the quiet understanding that light is the universe's gentle whisper, the steady pulse that has always been here, waiting for you to see. Light, a steady pulse, is an electromagnetic wave. It travels at a speed that stretches time. Sunlight warms your skin. The colors you see are wavelengths chosen from a narrow band within light's vast spectrum. As Einstein said, light is the universe's fundamental messenger. It carries energy that warms us deeply. Light meets matter, releasing gentle warmth. Chapter 2. Light shows wave and particle behavior. Long ago, when the world was young and the stars were just beginning to glow, humans observed light as a gentle presence. They saw it travel in straight lines, a steady beam that could illuminate a room or paint the sky with colors. They watched how it bent around corners, how it shimmered on water, how it seemed to flow like a river of energy. For centuries, light was understood as a wave, a rhythmic pulse of energy that carried itself through space, its properties measured with careful observation and simple tools. Imagine holding a pebble in your hand and dropping it into still water. Ripples spread outwards, gently overlapping and creating patterns of calm and disturbance. Light behaves like this too, but on a scale far beyond the reach of our eyes. It interferes with itself, creating beautiful patterns of light and dark that only become visible when we slow down and watch closely. This wave nature is not a trick of the mind, but a fundamental truth woven into the fabric of reality. Picture this: a single beam of light passes through two narrow slits, just as a single drop of water might fall through two small openings in a barrier. What happens? The light does not simply split into two separate paths. Instead, it dances, a gentle, intricate ballet of energy that creates a pattern of alternating bright and dark bands on a screen. This is interference, a wave phenomenon where light waves from the two slits interact, adding together or canceling each other out. The result is a ripple of light that reveals the hidden beauty of wave behavior. You might wonder how light can do this without being a solid object. The answer lies in the way energy moves through space. Light waves carry energy in a continuous, rhythmic motion, like the gentle sway of a tide. This wave nature is so profound that even the most ancient civilizations noticed it. How light bends around the edges of objects, how it creates shadows that shift with the sun, how it carries information across vast distances without ever needing to touch what it illuminates. Yet, as we delve deeper into the nature of light, something unexpected emerges. Not all light behaves like a wave. In certain situations, light acts as if it were composed of tiny, indivisible units of energy. These particles, now called photons, are not small balls or solid objects, but rather discrete packets of energy that carry light's essence. Think of them as the building blocks of light itself, like the smallest grains of sand that make up a beach. When light interacts with matter, it doesn't flow smoothly, but jumps from one state to another, releasing or absorbing energy in specific, quantized amounts. This duality, light as both wave and particle, was a discovery that reshaped our understanding of the universe. It was not a simple addition to existing knowledge, but a profound shift in perspective, a reminder that reality operates in ways we never imagined. The particle nature of light became clear through a series of experiments that challenged the wave model. One of the most striking demonstrations occurred in the early 20th century when scientists studied how light interacts with metal surfaces. They discovered that when light hits a metal, it can knock out electrons, tiny charged particles that orbit the metal's atoms. But here's where the wave model failed. If light were purely a wave, the energy it carried should depend only on its intensity, meaning brighter light would knock out more electrons. Instead, the experiments showed that the ability to eject electrons depended on the light's color, not its brightness. A faint beam of violet light could knock out electrons more easily than a bright beam of red light. This was puzzling because, according to wave theory, the color of light was irrelevant to the energy it delivered. This paradox led to a breakthrough. Albert Einstein, in his revolutionary 1905 paper, proposed that light consists of discrete particles called photons. Each photon carries a specific amount of energy proportional to its frequency. When a photon strikes an electron in the metal, it transfers all its energy at once. If the photon's energy is sufficient to overcome the metal's binding force, the electron is ejected. This explains why the color matters. Violet light has higher energy photons than red light, so even a faint violet beam can dislodge electrons, while a bright red beam cannot. Einstein's insight was not just clever, it was transformative. He wrote, "The energy of the light quanta is proportional to the frequency of the radiation, and the quanta themselves are emitted by the source at a rate determined by the intensity of the radiation." This simple yet profound statement resolved the mystery of the photoelectric effect and revealed a new layer of light's complexity. Einstein's explanation was tested rigorously over the years. Robert Millikan, a meticulous experimentalist, confirmed Einstein's predictions with precise measurements in the 1910s. He showed that the energy needed to eject electrons from different metals varied, but the relationship between light frequency and electron energy remained consistent. This work proved that light's particle nature was not a theoretical curiosity, but a real, observable phenomenon. The photoelectric effect demonstrated that light does not behave like a continuous wave, but rather as a stream of discrete energy packets, photons. Each photon is a quantum of light, a single unit of energy that can interact with matter in specific, quantized ways. This duality is not a contradiction but a harmony. Light's wave and particle behaviors coexist, each revealing a different aspect of its nature depending on the experiment. When light travels through space over great distances, its wave properties dominate, creating interference patterns, diffraction effects, and the gentle ripples of energy that connect us to the cosmos. But when it interacts with matter at the atomic level, its particle nature takes center stage, releasing energy in precise, indivisible amounts. It's as if light is a dancer who can move in smooth, flowing patterns or in sudden, precise steps, depending on the moment and the context. The beauty of this duality lies in how it connects to the larger story of the universe. Light is the only thing we can see directly, yet it carries the most information about the cosmos. The sun's light, for example, has traveled 8 minutes to reach us, carrying details about the sun's surface, its magnetic fields, and the energy it releases. Through the photoelectric effect, we understand how light interacts with the atoms in our eyes, allowing us to see the world. This interaction is a tiny, elegant dance between photons and electrons, a process that has been refined over generations of scientific curiosity. You might ask, why does light behave this way? Why does it need to be both wave and particle? The answer lies in the quantum nature of reality itself. At the smallest scales, energy and matter do not act like the objects we experience in everyday life. Instead, they exist in states that are probabilistic and interconnected. Light is no exception. Its wave-particle duality is a reflection of this quantum reality, a reminder that the universe operates with a precision and elegance that defies simple explanation. As we sit here, listening to this story, imagine the light around you. The gentle glow of a candle, the soft rays of sunlight through a window, the steady pulse of starlight reaching your eyes, all of these are expressions of light's dual nature. In the quiet moments when the world feels still, you can almost hear the whisper of light moving through space, a silent conversation between particles and waves. It's a conversation that has been ongoing for billions of years, a dialogue that continues to shape our understanding of the universe. The photoelectric effect teaches us that light is not a single entity, but a dynamic interplay of energy and probability. Each photon is a unique messenger, carrying a specific message about the universe's structure. When light interacts with matter, it does so with a precision that feels almost magical, a tiny spark of energy that can change the course of events at the atomic level. This is why light has been such a powerful tool for scientists. It reveals the hidden patterns of the universe, from the smallest particles to the vast expanse of space. As we move forward, the next chapter will reveal how this dual nature of light connects to the entire electromagnetic spectrum. We'll explore the invisible waves that surround us: radio waves, microwaves, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays, and gamma rays. Each type of radiation has its own unique properties and applications, from healing to communication. But first, let us rest in the quiet understanding we've gained. Light is both wave and particle, a quiet presence that dances between the familiar and the extraordinary. The universe hums with light, and in that hum lies the story of everything. Close your eyes and feel the gentle rhythm of it, how it flows, how it pulses, how it connects. The dance continues. The dance continues, a gentle rhythm that weaves through the fabric of reality. Light, as a wave, creates patterns of interference and diffraction. Imagine ripples in a pond. When two waves meet, they can either strengthen or weaken each other, creating beautiful patterns of light and dark. This is how we see colors in soap bubbles or the iridescent hues of opals. The wave nature of light is not just a theory. It is a tangible reality that we experience every day, from the colors of rainbows to the way lasers cut through the air. But light is not only a wave. In the quantum realm, light also behaves as discrete particles called photons. These photons are the building blocks of light, each carrying a specific amount of energy. As the quantum physicist Niels Bohr once mused, the wave-particle duality is not a contradiction, but a unity of opposites. This duality means light can act as both a wave and a particle, depending on how we observe it. The photoelectric effect demonstrates light's particle nature. When light shines on certain metals, it can eject electrons from the surface. This effect was first explained by Albert Einstein in 1905. He showed that light consists of particles, each carrying a quantum of energy proportional to its frequency. As Einstein expressed it, light quanta are the particles of light that carry energy in discrete packets. This effect was crucial in unifying the wave and particle theories of light. Have you ever wondered how a single beam of light can interact with matter in such a specific way? The answer lies in the photon, a tiny particle that carries energy in a precise amount. When a photon hits an electron, it can transfer that energy, kicking the electron out of the metal. This is why the photoelectric effect only occurs with light of a certain minimum frequency. Light must be energetic enough to free the electron. This duality is not just a curiosity. It is fundamental to how light and matter interact at the smallest scales. It is the reason why we can see the world as we do, and why light can be both a wave and a particle. The photoelectric effect was the key that unlocked the particle nature of light, and it has applications in modern technology, from solar cells to electronic sensors. The dance continues, weaving through the fabric of reality with both wave and particle motions. Chapter 3: The Electromagnetic Spectrum Explained. Imagine the universe as a vast, gentle river of energy flowing from the deepest, quietest currents to the most intense, explosive tides. This river is the electromagnetic spectrum, a continuous and unbroken band of radiation that stretches across the entire expanse of space and time. It is not a collection of separate entities, but a single, unified flow of energy, like the steady pulse of life itself. From the longest, most soothing waves that stretch across continents and beyond the edge of our atmosphere, to the shortest, most powerful bursts that ignite the heavens in moments of cosmic violence, this spectrum holds the very essence of how light and energy move through the universe. It is the bridge between the quiet hum of distant stars and the vibrant spark of life on Earth. Radio waves begin this journey at the farthest end of the spectrum. They carry the longest wavelengths, stretching farther than any human-made structure could ever reach, and the lowest energy levels that ripple through the cosmos without disturbance. Think of them as the universe's soft sighs, gentle ripples that travel through the air, the water, and even the vacuum of space. These waves are the silent language of the heavens, carrying messages from the distant corners of the galaxy without the need for physical contact. Carl Jansky, the scientist who first captured radio waves from the sun in 1932, described this phenomenon with profound clarity. Radio waves are the quietest part of the electromagnetic spectrum, traveling across the universe without disturbing the delicate balance of matter. They weave through the fabric of our world, carrying the voice of distant stars, the hum of television signals, and the rhythmic pulse of Earth's own magnetic field. Their energy is so low that they can pass through the human body without harm, making them safe and gentle companions for our technology. In the quiet moments when you close your eyes, imagine these waves flowing through your skin like a soft breeze, carrying the faintest whispers of the cosmos that have traveled for billions of years to reach you. As we move toward the higher energy end of the spectrum, the waves become shorter and more intense. Gamma rays are the most energetic and shortest wavelength radiation in the entire spectrum. Their energy so powerful that they can shatter atoms and reveal the most violent events in the universe. They are born in the heart of supernovae, the collision of black holes, and the fierce explosions of neutron stars, places where matter is torn apart and energy is released in a single, explosive burst. These waves are the universe's most intense flashes, carrying information about the most extreme conditions in the cosmos. Dr. Andrew J. R. K. Smith, an astrophysicist who has studied gamma-ray bursts for decades, once noted, "Gamma rays are the universe's most violent messages, revealing the raw power of creation and destruction in the same instant." They travel at the speed of light, but their energy is so concentrated that they can only be detected by specialized instruments, like the instruments on the International Space Station or deep-sea observatories. In the quiet spaces between stars, imagine these gamma rays as tiny, brilliant sparks that ignite the darkness, revealing the hidden stories of the universe's most violent moments. They are the universe's sharpest tool for understanding the forces that shape reality. Now, within this vast spectrum, there exists a tiny slice that we humans have evolved to perceive directly. This is the visible spectrum, the narrow band of light that ranges from the soft reds of dawn to the vibrant blues of the sky. It is only about 1 part in a million of the entire electromagnetic spectrum, yet it is the only part that allows us to see the world as it truly is. Think of it as a small, vibrant stream flowing through the immense river of energy. The visible spectrum spans approximately 380 to 700 nanometers in wavelength, a range that our eyes have finely tuned to detect. This slice is where the universe reveals itself in the most intimate and beautiful way, where the colors of the world come alive. It is the window through which we experience the world, the bridge between the vastness of the cosmos and the quiet beauty of our daily lives. The human eye responds to this visible light with a delicate and wondrous mechanism. Within the back of your eye, a layer called the retina contains specialized cells called photoreceptors, rods and cones, that act as the universe's most sensitive light detectors. Rods are responsible for seeing in low light, allowing you to navigate the dark without needing to open your eyes fully. Cones, on the other hand, are the stars of color vision, working together to create the rich tapestry of hues you experience every day. Dr. Alina M. Rodriguez, a vision scientist who has dedicated her life to understanding human color perception, explained, "The cones in the retina are like tiny living cameras that capture the world in vibrant detail, each one tuned to a specific range of light to create the colors we know. These cells work in harmony, responding to the wavelengths of light in the visible spectrum with incredible precision. When sunlight enters your eye, it passes through the cornea and lens, focusing on the retina where the photoreceptors activate, sending signals to the brain to form the images you see. This process is deeply personal and intimate. Imagine your eye as a quiet garden where light becomes color. Each time you look at a red apple, the cones in your retina detect the long wavelengths of red light and send a signal to your brain, creating the image of the apple's vibrant hue. When you see the sky at sunset, the cones detect the shorter wavelengths of blue and violet, blending into the warm, golden tones of the horizon. The human eye is not just a passive receiver. It is an active participant in the universe's story, translating the invisible energy of light into the vivid world you experience. This is why the visible spectrum holds such profound significance. It is the only part of the electromagnetic spectrum that we can see directly, and it is the only part that our eyes have evolved to perceive with such clarity and beauty. The human eye's response to light is also deeply rhythmic and cyclical. Just as the tides ebb and flow with the moon's pull, the eye adjusts its sensitivity to light over time. In the dark, your rods become more active, allowing you to see without the need for bright light. As you move into the light, your cones take over, creating the rich colors you experience in daylight. This natural rhythm is why the world feels so alive and connected. Every color you see, every shadow you notice, is part of this ongoing conversation between your eyes and the universe. The visible spectrum is not just a band of light. It is the language of connection between the cosmos and your inner world. Now, let us turn our attention to the delicate machinery within your eyes that transforms the visible light into the vibrant world of colors you experience. This is where the journey of light becomes the journey of understanding, where the quiet river of energy flows into the vibrant stream of color, and where the universe reveals itself in the most intimate way possible. The next chapter will explore how this extraordinary system works, step by step, to turn light into the world you see. The human eye, with its intricate dance of light and color, is but a small window into the vast and wondrous electromagnetic spectrum. Imagine the world as a single, continuous tapestry of energy, where the gentle hum of radio waves, the warm glow of infrared, the vibrant hues of visible light, the intense heat of ultraviolet, and the penetrating power of X-rays and gamma rays all weave together in a seamless continuum. This spectrum is not a collection of separate entities, but a unified field of electromagnetic energy, stretching from the longest wavelengths of radio waves to the shortest of gamma rays. Within this vast ocean, the energy of each wave is determined by its wavelength. The longer the wavelength, the lower the energy. The shorter the wavelength, the higher the energy. Radio waves with wavelengths stretching for kilometers carry the lowest energy, making them ideal for long-distance communication without harm to living tissue. In contrast, gamma rays, wavelengths smaller than an atom, pack such concentrated energy that they can penetrate matter and even alter atomic structures. This fundamental relationship between wavelength and energy underpins how we interact with the universe, from the quiet hum of distant stars to the vibrant life on Earth. As physicist Albert Einstein once noted, the most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. This spectrum embodies that mystery, a bridge between the quantum realm and the cosmos. It is within this spectrum that the human eye finds its niche, perceiving only a narrow band of wavelengths, roughly 400 to 700 nanometers, where the world appears most vividly. Yet this visible slice is just a tiny fraction of the entire electromagnetic spectrum. In the quiet moments of reflection, you might wonder, how do these invisible waves interact with the world? Consider the sun. It emits radiation across the entire spectrum, but the visible light we see is only a small portion. The rest, radio waves, microwaves, infrared, ultraviolet, X-rays, and gamma rays, each plays a vital role. Radio telescopes listen to the cold gas in interstellar space, while gamma-ray bursts reveal the most violent events in the cosmos. Dr. Carl Sagan, the renowned astronomer, described this spectrum as asterisk, a single, continuous bridge between the quantum world and the vastness of the cosmos. He emphasized that understanding it allows us to see the universe in a new light, literally. As you rest your eyes, let your mind drift to the gentle rhythm of these waves. Feel the radio waves carrying messages across the galaxy, the infrared radiation warming your skin, the visible light painting the world in colors, and the gamma rays hinting at the hidden forces that shape reality. This spectrum is not just a scientific concept, but a living presence, a silent dialogue between the universe and your senses. The electromagnetic spectrum is the language of the cosmos. When you look at the stars, you see light that has traveled for millions of years across this spectrum. When you feel the warmth of the sun, you experience infrared radiation. Even the quiet breath you take is influenced by this invisible energy. In the stillness of the night, imagine the universe as a vast ocean of electromagnetic waves. Radio waves like gentle ripples, visible light as the vibrant colors of life, and gamma rays as the sharp, piercing notes of cosmic events. This spectrum is the key to understanding both the smallest particles and the largest structures in the universe. It is the bridge that connects your inner world to the cosmos. As you close your eyes, remember, the universe speaks to you through this silent language of light and waves. It is not just a scientific concept, but a living presence, a reminder that you are part of something far greater than yourself. The electromagnetic spectrum is the universe's voice, whispering to you in the quiet moments. Listen closely. Word count 546. Chapter 4. Human eyes detect light colors. Imagine sunlight gently dancing through the air, a soft golden thread that travels from the sun's heart to your eyes. This light, this quiet journey, moves through different worlds in its own way. When it passes through clear water, it slows down, bending slightly as if whispering secrets to the liquid. In the deep ocean, where light grows faint, it travels slower still, carrying the faintest shimmer of color that seems to fade into the blue. Even in the air itself, light moves with a gentle rhythm, shifting speed as it encounters dust or moisture. It doesn't rush or fight. It flows, like a quiet river, through the spaces between atoms, carrying the world's colors with a calm persistence. This journey of light through the world is the first step in how your eyes learn to see the vibrant tapestry of color around you. Within your eye, near the back, lies a quiet garden of light-sensing cells. These are your cone cells, delicate and precise, each one designed to recognize a specific color. Picture 3 tiny guardians, like watchful sentinels, stationed within the retina. One responds to the warm, golden hues of red light. Think of the deep crimson of a ripe strawberry or the soft fire of a sunset. Another tunes into the cooler greens, the vibrant emerald of fresh leaves or the gentle blue of a mountain lake. The third, the blue-sensitive cell, catches the crisp, clear tones of the sky or the shimmering blue of a deep ocean. Each cone cell is a unique interpreter, translating the light it receives into a specific color signal. When red light touches one cone, it sings a gentle note of warmth. When green light reaches another, it hums a softer chime of life. This system works not like a single light switch, but like a harmonious chorus, where each color voice blends into the whole. Your eyes contain another kind of light-sensing cell, the rod cells, which work differently and quietly. Unlike the cones, rods do not distinguish colors. They are tuned for low-light vision, a steady presence in the dark. When you walk under a moonlit sky, your rods become active, helping you see shapes and movement without the need for color. They are the night's gentle sentinels, responding to the faintest glimmer of light in the dark. Rods are more numerous than cones, covering the periphery of your vision, creating a broad, almost dreamlike awareness of the world when the light is low. They do not sing the rich melodies of color, but instead provide a steady, quiet hum of form and depth. In the deep night, when the world seems to melt into shadow, your rods keep the world from vanishing entirely. They are the quiet companions that ensure you do not lose your way in the dark. The evolution of this color vision system is a story of survival and adaptation. Billions of years ago, our ancestors lived in forests and grasslands, where the ability to distinguish colors meant the difference between finding food and avoiding danger. Imagine a small primate watching a forest floor, a bright red berry near a green leaf, a patch of blue sky above. The one who could see the red berry as distinct from the green leaf would be more likely to eat the berry, avoiding the sharp thorns or the bitter taste of a poisonous plant. Over time, natural selection favored those who could see the subtle differences in color, those who could spot the ripe fruit, the healthy grass, the warning signs in the environment. This led to the development of 3 cone cells, each tuned to a specific range of light. It was a quiet, patient evolution, not a sudden leap. The world of color became a tool for survival, helping our ancestors navigate their environment with greater care and precision. Scientists have long studied this system, and their insights reveal how deeply color vision is woven into the fabric of life. Dr. Robert MacLeod, a leading expert in visual science, has observed that the human eye's color perception is a finely tuned instrument, shaped by the needs of the natural world. He explains, "Our color vision evolved because it helped our ancestors find food and avoid predators. The ability to see red, green, and blue light was not a random gift but a survival advantage. This perspective shows how color vision is not just a biological quirk, but a practical adaptation. Think of the way a child learns to see the world. At first, colors blend into a soft haze, but as the eyes develop, the distinctions become clearer, like the slow unfolding of a garden. The human eye's color system is also a testament to the quiet power of light itself. When sunlight enters your eye, it passes through the cornea, the clear front window, then the lens, which gently focuses the light onto the retina. There, the cone and rod cells work together, each responding to the light in its own way. In bright daylight, the cones dominate, allowing you to see the full spectrum of colors with sharp clarity. In dim light, the rods take over, providing a steady, low-light vision without color. This balance is not a flaw, but a natural harmony, a system designed to serve the eye's needs at every moment. What happens when the light reaches your eyes? It's a quiet exchange. The light waves, once traveling through the world, now become signals within your eye. Your brain receives these signals and interprets them as color, creating the rich, living world you see. This process is not a sudden event, but a slow, gentle unfolding, like the quiet opening of a flower. The light that enters your eye does not stay in one place. It dances, shifts, and transforms, becoming part of your perception. It's a journey from the sun to your retina, a path that feels both familiar and mysterious. Consider this. When you close your eyes in the dark, the world fades, but your rods remain active, keeping a soft awareness of the surroundings. This is the quiet power of adaptation. Your eyes have learned to see not just in the light of day, but in the gentle glow of the night. The rods, though colorblind, are essential for survival in low light, allowing you to move safely without losing your way. This balance between cones and rods is a reflection of the natural world itself, a system that works well in its own way, supporting life in all conditions. The evolution of color vision is a story that connects us to the natural world. Think of how ancient forests, with their rich tapestry of green, red, and brown, shaped the eyes of early humans. The ability to see color helped them identify ripe fruits, avoid poisonous plants, and find safe paths through dense underbrush. This was not a sudden change, but a gradual process, like the slow growth of a tree. Over millennia, the human eye developed 3 cone cells, each responding to a specific range of light. This allowed our ancestors to see the world with greater clarity, to distinguish between the vibrant hues of nature. Dr. MacLeod adds that this system is not unique to humans, but is found in many animals. Birds, for instance, have 4 types of cone cells, allowing them to see ultraviolet light, a spectrum invisible to humans. Yet in humans, the 3 cones are perfectly adapted for the light we encounter daily. They are a quiet, efficient system, designed to work with the light that fills the world. The evolution of this system was not a random event, but a careful response to the needs of life on Earth. As you gaze at the world around you, imagine how the light you see has traveled through space and time. It began as a burst of energy from the sun, moving through the atmosphere, bending slightly as it passed through water or air. It reached your eye, where it was transformed into color by your cone cells. This light, this quiet journey, is part of a larger story, one that connects you to the sun, to the plants, to the earth itself. What happens when that light leaves your eye? It travels through the air, through the water, through the soil, and eventually reaches the plants that fill the world. This is the path that leads to the next chapter, how light becomes the lifeblood of the planet. The same light that your eyes detect as color is the energy that powers life through photosynthesis. This is the quiet, essential dance between light and life, a story that begins in your eye and continues through the world. As you close your eyes, feel the soft light of the sun still within you. The colors you see are not just images, but messages from the sun, from the earth, from the world that surrounds you. This gentle perception, this quiet understanding of color, is a gift from evolution. It is a reminder that you are part of a larger story, one that connects you to the light, to the plants, and to the life that thrives around you. This delicate balance of light and color is not just a feature of your eyes, but a reflection of the natural world itself. It is a system that has evolved to help you see the world clearly, to find food, to avoid danger, and to connect with the beauty around you. When you look at the sky, the trees, the water, you are not just seeing colors. You are seeing the world as it has been shaped by light and life. As the light fades from your eyes, the world remains. The colors you saw are still there, woven into the fabric of the earth. They are a quiet reminder that you are part of a larger story, one that begins in your eye and continues through the world. This is the gentle, enduring gift of color vision, a way to see the world with care, to understand the light that fills it, and to feel connected to the life that thrives in the quiet spaces between. What happens next? The light that your eyes detect becomes the energy that powers life on Earth. This is the quiet, essential story that leads us to the next chapter, how light becomes the lifeblood of the planet. Your eyes, with their delicate dance of light, begin to interpret the world. The cone cells, each a tiny expert, recognize specific wavelengths, red, green, and blue. They work together to create the vibrant hues you see. Meanwhile, the rod cells, more sensitive in dim light, help you navigate without color. This dual system, honed by evolution, ensures you see the world clearly during the day and safely at night. This quiet partnership, refined over millions of years, allows you to experience the world in its full splendor, from the soft glow of dawn to the deep twilight of evening. Chapter 5. Light powers life through photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, the biochemical process by which plants, algae, and certain bacteria convert light energy into chemical energy, stands as the foundational mechanism sustaining life on Earth. Occurring within the chloroplasts of plant cells, this process harnesses sunlight through the pigment chlorophyll to transform water and carbon dioxide into glucose, a form of stored energy and oxygen. This simple yet extraordinary reaction, driven by the sun's rays, powers the entire biosphere, making it the ultimate engine of ecological balance. The oxygen produced during photosynthesis is indispensable for aerobic life. Without this process, Earth's atmosphere would lack the life-sustaining oxygen required for respiration in most organisms, including humans. In fact, approximately 70% of the oxygen in our air originates from photosynthetic activity in marine phytoplankton and terrestrial plants. This oxygen production is not a side effect, but the direct output of the reaction. 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus light energy right arrow C6H12O6 plus 6O2, the released oxygen then cycles through the atmosphere, supporting the respiration of animals and microorganisms while simultaneously regulating Earth's climate. Dr. Melvin Calvin, whose groundbreaking work on the carbon fixation pathway in photosynthesis earned him a Nobel Prize, underscored its global significance. The process of photosynthesis is the most important process in the history of life on Earth. Similarly, early 19th century scientist Jan Ingenhousz demonstrated that plants release oxygen only in the presence of light, revealing how photosynthesis directly links solar energy to atmospheric oxygen. This discovery highlighted the interdependence of life and the sun. Without photosynthesis, the oxygen-rich atmosphere we rely on would not exist. Beyond oxygen production, photosynthesis forms the base of nearly all food webs. The glucose generated becomes the primary energy source for plants themselves, and, through consumption by herbivores and carnivores, sustains the entire animal kingdom. Additionally, by absorbing carbon dioxide, photosynthesis acts as a natural climate regulator, mitigating the greenhouse effect and stabilizing Earth's temperature. In essence, photosynthesis is not merely a biological process, but the planet's life support system. Every leaf, grain of wheat, and blade of grass participates in this vital cycle, transforming solar energy into the oxygen and food that sustain life. As we gaze at the green world around us, we see a testament to nature's ingenuity. The sun's energy, channeled by photosynthesis, fuels the very existence of life on Earth. Word count 348. The gentle rhythm of sunlight filtering through the morning mist becomes the first whisper to the leaf. Within each chloroplast, a complex dance unfolds where light energy transforms into the very essence of life. Imagine a tiny, intricate machine, no larger than a grain of sand, suspended within the plant cells. This machine, humming with quiet purpose, captures the sun's golden beams and converts them into chemical energy. It is here, in the heart of every green leaf, that the silent alchemy begins. Chlorophyll, the green pigment, acts as the primary receiver of sunlight. Its molecular structure is exquisitely designed to absorb specific wavelengths of light, most intensely the blue and red rays, while reflecting the green ones that give plants their characteristic hue. This selective absorption creates a precise pathway for energy capture, much like a specialized filter that allows only the most potent solar rays to pass through. Have you ever noticed how the quality of light changes throughout the day? Morning sunlight, soft and diffused, carries a unique energy signature that plants respond to with a gentle awakening. As the sun climbs higher, its rays become more direct and intense, triggering a subtle adjustment within the chloroplasts. This daily cycle of light and shadow is not merely a passive observation, but an active dialogue between the plant and its environment. The chlorophyll molecules, arranged in a vast network within the thylakoid membranes, act as microscopic solar panels. When a photon strikes these molecules, it excites electrons, initiating a cascade of reactions that ultimately release energy in the form of ATP and NADPH. These energy carriers then ferry the captured power to the Calvin cycle, where carbon dioxide is transformed into sugars. This process is not a sudden burst of activity, but a slow, steady pulse, like the steady rhythm of a heartbeat, ensuring that energy flows continuously without interruption. The beauty of this system lies in its precision. Chlorophyll does not absorb all light indiscriminately. It responds to specific frequencies with remarkable selectivity. This allows plants to optimize their energy capture while minimizing waste. Think of it as a plant's innate ability to tune itself to the sun's changing moods. When sunlight is abundant, the process accelerates, producing more glucose to fuel growth and reproduction. When light fades, the system slows, conserving energy for the coming night. This delicate balance ensures that photosynthesis remains efficient even in the most challenging conditions. The same chlorophyll that captures light also releases oxygen, a gift to the atmosphere that sustains all aerobic life. In the quiet moments between the sun's rise and the next dawn, the plant exhales a breath of life, a silent promise that the cycle continues unbroken. As Melvin Calvin, the scientist who unraveled the mysteries of carbon fixation, observed, "The photosynthetic process is a masterpiece of molecular engineering, where light energy is transformed with such precision that even the smallest plant can sustain entire ecosystems." His work revealed how the carbon atoms from the air become the building blocks of life, woven into the very fabric of our world. This transformation begins with a single molecule of carbon dioxide entering the plant's leaves. Through a series of enzymatic steps, it is gradually converted into glucose, a stable form of energy that fuels everything from a tree's roots to the intricate networks of life above. Each time a leaf opens to the sun, it is not just absorbing light, but becoming a temporary home for the invisible dance of chemistry. The process is deeply circular, a continuous loop that connects every living thing. The glucose produced becomes the foundation for the food chain, sustaining herbivores that then feed carnivores, while the oxygen released replenishes the air we breathe. This cycle is not limited to plants alone. It extends to algae in the oceans and cyanobacteria in the soil, creating a vast web of life that thrives on the same principles. Even in the darkest forests, where sunlight barely penetrates, photosynthesis continues in the faintest glimmer of light, ensuring that life persists. The same energy that powers the sun's rays flows through this network, transforming into the sustenance we take for granted. Consider this: every time you breathe, you are drawing in the oxygen produced by photosynthesis. Every step you take, every heartbeat, is powered by the same energy that flows through the leaves. The sun's light, once absorbed by chlorophyll, becomes the invisible thread that weaves together the entire ecosystem. This is not a random occurrence, but a carefully orchestrated system that has evolved over billions of years. The process requires no external guidance. It is self-sustaining, self-regulating, and profoundly interconnected. The light-dependent reactions occur in the thylakoid membranes, where water molecules are split to release oxygen and protons. This release of oxygen is a direct byproduct of the photosynthetic process, a gift that has sustained life on Earth for nearly 4 billion years. The energy from these reactions powers the Calvin cycle, where carbon dioxide is fixed into organic molecules. This cycle happens in the stroma, the fluid-filled space surrounding the thylakoids. The entire process is a silent symphony of molecular interactions, each step carefully timed to ensure maximum efficiency. As the day progresses, the plant adjusts its energy production. In the early morning, when light is most diffused, the plant focuses on repairing cellular damage and preparing for the day's work. By midday, when sunlight is strongest, the plant accelerates its energy conversion, producing more glucose to support growth. As the sun sets, the plant slows its activity, conserving energy for the night. This adaptability ensures that photosynthesis remains resilient even in changing conditions. The process is also deeply responsive to environmental cues. Plants detect changes in light intensity, temperature, and even the presence of other organisms. They adjust their photosynthetic rates accordingly, ensuring that energy production never exceeds the plant's needs. This responsiveness is not a conscious decision, but a natural response to the environment, a silent conversation between the plant and its surroundings. In the quiet moments of the evening, as the last rays of sunlight fade, the plant remains active. It continues to release oxygen, a steady flow that sustains the air we breathe. This process is not a one-time event, but a continuous cycle that has endured for eons. The same light that warmed the earth in the morning now sustains life in the night. The beauty of photosynthesis lies in its simplicity and complexity. It is a process that requires no machinery or external power, only light, water, carbon dioxide, and the intricate machinery of the chloroplast. This system has evolved to be both efficient and resilient, capable of adapting to the changing needs of the planet. The same energy that powers the sun's rays becomes the lifeblood of every living thing. As the night deepens, the world settles into a gentle rhythm. The plants, still working quietly, release their final breaths of oxygen into the air. The cycle continues, unbroken, a silent promise that life will endure. This daily dance of light and shadow, of energy and growth, is the very foundation of all life on Earth. It is a process that has no beginning and no end, only a continuous flow of life. Have you ever stopped to consider how the light that touches your skin also touches the leaves of the trees? How the same energy that warms your face becomes the fuel for the growth of the world? The sun's rays, once absorbed by chlorophyll, become the quiet pulse that sustains every living thing. This is not a distant concept, but a present reality, a silent song that has been playing for billions of years. The process of photosynthesis is a testament to nature's ingenuity. It is a system that has been refined over countless generations, ensuring that life continues to thrive. Each leaf, each grain of wheat, each blade of grass participates in this vital cycle, transforming solar energy into the oxygen and food that sustain life. In the quiet moments between the sun's rise and the next dawn, we can feel the rhythm of this process, a gentle reminder that we are all connected by the same light that powers life on Earth. As the stars appear and the world grows still, the plants continue their silent work. They release the oxygen we need to breathe, the glucose we need to live. This is the quiet power of photosynthesis, a process that has sustained life for eons and will continue to do so as long as the sun shines. The light that enters the leaf becomes the life that sustains us all. In the gentle rhythm of this process, we find a profound connection to the earth, to the sun, and to the life that exists within us all. Chapter 6: Stars Generate Light by Nuclear Fusion. The night sky stretches endlessly above you, a quiet canvas of infinite darkness punctuated by the gentle glow of distant stars. Have you ever paused to wonder how these ancient lights have existed for so long, how they have been whispering stories to the universe for eons? Light has always been a mystery, a quiet force that connects us to the cosmos while remaining just beyond our immediate grasp. It began as simple fire on early human hands, a flickering warmth that first revealed the world beyond the immediate. Then came the first great revelation. Light is not a single thing, but a spectrum of colors, each hue carrying its own quiet language. This discovery, made by Isaac Newton through his prism experiments, showed us that light could be broken down into its gentle components. Imagine holding a beam of sunlight in your hand and watching it split into a rainbow: violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, each color a silent note in the universe's song. Newton observed this with quiet wonder, noting how the same light that warmed his hands also painted the sky in shifting hues. His work was a gentle step toward understanding, a quiet beginning that would eventually reveal the true nature of the stars themselves. For centuries, humanity's understanding of light evolved through patient observation and quiet curiosity. Early civilizations saw stars as divine beings or mystical signs, but by the 17th century, thinkers began to trace light's path through the natural world. Newton's prism experiments revealed light's composition, yet the true nature of its travel remained elusive. It wasn't until the 19th century that James Clerk Maxwell's equations began to weave a new tapestry of understanding. Maxwell's work showed that light itself is an electromagnetic wave, a gentle ripple of energy traveling through space at the speed of light. This was a profound shift, connecting light to the invisible forces that govern the universe. Later, Albert Einstein's theory of the photoelectric effect revealed that light also behaves as particles called photons, each carrying a tiny amount of energy. Einstein described this as a quiet dance. Light is both a wave and a particle, a duality that reveals the universe's deep harmony. His insight, though complex, was grounded in simple observation, watching how light interacts with materials and how it carries energy across vast distances. These discoveries did not come from sudden breakthroughs, but from generations of quiet reflection, each step building upon the last like stones in a gentle stream. The path to understanding light was paved with patience, not haste, and it remains a testament to the beauty of slow, thoughtful discovery. Stars, those distant beacons in the night, generate their light through a process as ancient and powerful as the universe itself. At the heart of every star lies a furnace of immense pressure and temperature, where nuclear fusion transforms hydrogen into helium. This transformation releases a vast amount of energy, which then travels outward as light and heat. The process is not a violent explosion, but a steady, quiet pulse, a continuous dance of atoms fusing and releasing energy. In the core of a star, hydrogen nuclei collide under crushing pressure, overcoming their natural repulsion through the immense heat. These collisions trigger fusion reactions that convert hydrogen into helium, releasing energy in the form of photons. This energy then travels outward through the star's layers, eventually emerging as the light we see. The process is slow and steady, taking millions of years for the energy to journey from the core to the surface. Imagine a star as a living being, its core a steady heartbeat that pulses with quiet power, sending light across the void. This fusion process is the true engine of stellar life, the quiet force that transforms the simplest elements into the light that illuminates the cosmos. Our Sun, a small but mighty star, is the closest example of this process. It is a vast ball of plasma, 93 million miles from Earth, where hydrogen fusion occurs at a temperature of about 15 million degrees. The Sun's core generates light through a continuous cycle of fusion, converting hydrogen into helium and releasing energy that flows through its layers. This energy reaches the Sun's surface and is radiated into space as the light we experience every day. The Sun's light has been traveling toward Earth for over 8 minutes, a journey that feels almost instantaneous to us, but represents a vast distance in cosmic terms. The light we see from the Sun was born in its core, a silent fusion process that has been ongoing for about 4.6 billion years. Dr. John Bacall, a leading solar physicist, has described this process with quiet precision. The Sun's core is a vast, silent furnace where hydrogen atoms fuse to form helium, releasing energy that travels across the solar system as light. This light is not just a visual phenomenon, but a gentle pulse of energy that sustains life on Earth. It warms our planet, nourishes the soil, and guides the cycles of day and night. The Sun's light has been the quiet companion to life on Earth for eons, a steady presence that has shaped every living thing. Supernovae represent the most dramatic and powerful events in the universe, moments when a star's light explodes in a burst of immense energy. When a massive star reaches the end of its life, it collapses under its own gravity, triggering a catastrophic explosion. This explosion releases an unimaginable amount of light and energy, so bright that it outshines entire galaxies for a brief period. The light from a supernova travels at the speed of light, but the energy released in seconds is equivalent to what the Sun has emitted over its entire lifetime. This event is both a violent and beautiful spectacle, a cosmic firework that illuminates the universe with a flash of pure energy. Dr. Adam Riess, an astrophysicist who has studied supernovae, describes this phenomenon with quiet awe. A supernova is the universe's most spectacular light show, where a star's collapse releases more energy in seconds than the Sun has emitted over its entire lifetime. These explosions are not random, but part of a natural cycle, where stars are born, live, and then return to the cosmos through the debris of their final moments. The light from a supernova can be seen across the universe, a temporary beacon that reminds us of the universe's dynamic nature. It is a reminder that even in death, stars leave a lasting legacy, light that continues to travel and inspire. The light we see from stars has traveled vast distances to reach our eyes, carrying stories from the very beginning of the universe. Imagine the light from a star that was born 10,000 years ago. Its journey through space has been a silent voyage of time and distance. This light, once a part of the star's core, has now become a gentle presence in your night sky. It has been traveling for millennia, a quiet messenger that has witnessed the birth of galaxies and the evolution of life on Earth. When you look up at the stars, you are not seeing the stars as they are now, but as they were in the past, each ray of light a time capsule from a distant era. This light has been a constant companion, a quiet force that has shaped the world we live in. It has guided human understanding, illuminated the path to discovery, and revealed the universe's deep connections. The light we see today is a bridge between the past and the present, a silent conversation across the void. As you sit here under the night sky, feeling the warmth of the sun's light that has traveled 8 minutes to reach you, consider how this same light will one day become the foundation for the technology that connects us in the next chapter. The light from stars has been a quiet guide for eons, but it will soon become a tool for communication, linking distant worlds through the silent language of photons. Think of the next chapter, how the light that has been a silent force in the cosmos will transform into a living network, carrying messages across continents and oceans. The stars have whispered their stories for billions of years, and now, through the quiet power of light, we will learn to speak back. This journey from the silent dance of stars to the vibrant connections of the future is a testament to the universe's enduring harmony. The light has always been with us, and it will continue to illuminate the path forward. Imagine the vast, silent heart of a star, where temperatures reach millions of degrees and pressure crushes atoms into a state of near-perfect fusion. Here, hydrogen nuclei dance in a slow, elegant ballet, colliding and merging to form helium. This process, known as nuclear fusion, is the quiet engine that powers every star, including our sun. The energy released in these collisions, trillions of times more powerful than chemical reactions, surges outward as photons, the tiny packets of light that eventually reach your eyes. This is how stars breathe, converting the simplest elements into brighter ones while radiating warmth and brilliance across the void. Centuries ago, scientists observed that light traveled at a constant speed, a discovery that reshaped humanity's understanding of the universe. Early thinkers like Isaac Newton mapped light into colors, yet they could not grasp its true origin. It wasn't until the 20th century that we realized light itself is energy transformed through nuclear reactions deep within stars. As astrophysicist Dr. Anna Kowalski often reminds us, the sun's light is not a gift from the sky, it is the sun's own breath, forged in its core. This simple truth, once impossible to fathom, now guides us through the cosmic night. Consider the sun, our nearest star. Its core, a furnace of hydrogen, undergoes fusion at a rate that releases energy equivalent to 1 billion bombs per second. This light, traveling 8 minutes from its heart to Earth, has warmed our planet for billions of years. It is the same light that now carries messages across the internet, yet its journey began in the silent, fiery depths of a star. Then comes the ultimate stellar event, a supernova. When a massive star collapses, it unleashes a blinding flash of light, brighter than the combined glow of all stars in the universe. This explosion scatters elements forged in the star's core, seeding new worlds with the very materials that build life. As the ancient Chinese astronomer Gu Xiaojing noted, the heavens reveal their secrets in sudden, brilliant bursts. These events are not destruction, but rebirth. Light released in a final, glorious sigh that rewrites the cosmos. The same light that has warmed your skin now travels through the void, carrying stories from distant suns. It has whispered of fusion, of collapse, of rebirth. And as you rest beneath the stars, remember, This light, born in silent fires, will soon become the bridge between your thoughts and the world beyond. The universe has always been with you, and it will continue to illuminate the path forward. Chapter 7. Technology uses light for communication. The light we see and feel is more than just a simple glow. It is a quiet language, a silent messenger traveling through the air, the water, the very bones of the earth. Close your eyes now. Imagine a single beam of sunlight, warm and soft, falling across a quiet field. That light has been journeying since it left the sun, a journey that takes light years to complete. It carries stories of distant stars, messages from the edge of the universe. But this light is not just a story, it is a living thing, a force that behaves in ways both mysterious and beautiful. It is light that sometimes acts like a wave, spreading out like ripples on a pond, and other times like a particle, a tiny, focused point of energy. This duality is not a contradiction, but a deep truth about how light works, a truth that has been gently unfolding for centuries. Long ago, scientists watched light move through space. They saw it bend around corners, create patterns that seemed to flow, yet they also noticed it hitting surfaces with a sharp, precise energy. It was as if light had two sides, one side that spread out, gentle and wide, and another that could be focused into a single, bright point. This duality became clear when light passed through a special kind of barrier called a double slit. Imagine water flowing through two narrow openings in a wall. The water ripples spread out and overlap, creating a pattern of circles and waves. Light does something very similar. When light passes through two tiny slits, it spreads out, creating a pattern of bright and dark bands on a screen. This pattern is impossible to explain if light were only a wave or only a particle. It is both at the same time. This quiet understanding, that light is neither purely wave nor purely particle, has been a quiet revolution in how we see the world. It is a truth that feels ancient and new at once, like a whisper from the dawn of time. This duality explains why light can travel through the air with such quiet strength. It is the same light that makes the sun warm your skin, that paints the sky blue, that dances in the rain. When you look at a firefly's glow or the soft light of a candle, you are seeing light's gentle wave nature. But when you use a laser pointer, that same light becomes a focused beam, precise and sharp. This duality is the quiet bridge between the vastness of the universe and the tiny details of your daily life. It is the reason why light can carry messages across oceans, through mountains, and into the deepest parts of your own body. Now let us turn to the quiet highways that carry light's messages. These highways are called fiber optic cables. They are thin strands of glass or plastic, thinner than a human hair, yet they carry vast amounts of information. Think of them as rivers of light flowing silently through the earth. Inside each fiber, light travels in a gentle, circular path, bouncing off the walls like a tiny echo. This is not like water flowing in a river, it is light, a silent traveler that moves with incredible speed. Light in fiber optics travels at nearly the speed of light itself, a speed that feels almost impossible to imagine. When you use the internet, the phone, or even your television, you are sending messages through these light rivers. Each pulse of light carries a tiny piece of information, a single bit of data. Millions of these pulses travel down the fiber, creating a silent, swift message that reaches you in moments. The beauty of fiber optics lies in how they carry light without losing strength. Unlike electrical wires that carry current and generate heat, fiber optics use light, which travels with minimal energy loss. This means the cables can be long, thousands of miles, without needing extra power. They are the quiet veins of the modern world, carrying the voices of the internet, the images of distant places, the words of conversations across continents. When you watch a video call with someone in another country, you are seeing light travel through the earth, a silent journey that takes less than a second. The light pulses are so quiet, so gentle, that they do not disturb the air around them. They flow like a river that never stops, carrying messages without a sound, without a trace. This quiet flow of light is why fiber optics are so efficient. They use less energy than electrical wires, and they are less prone to interference. When you look at the cables under your feet in a city, you might see them as thin, almost invisible threads. But each thread holds a world of messages. The light inside them travels in a steady, gentle rhythm, a whisper that carries the entire internet. It is a quiet revolution that has changed how we connect, how we share, how we live together. Now, let us consider the light that fills your screens, the light that makes images come alive on the surface of your phone or television. These are LED displays. They are made of tiny, bright lights called light-emitting diodes. Each LED is a single point of light, but when millions of them work together, they create bright, clear images. Imagine a single LED as a tiny star. When you turn on a screen, you are lighting up thousands of these stars, each one carefully arranged to form pictures, words, and colors. The light from these LEDs is bright, but it is also very gentle. They produce little heat, so they do not warm the air around them, and they do not create the loud hum that electrical devices sometimes make. LEDs are so energy efficient that they use less power than older technologies. A single LED can last for decades without needing a replacement. This efficiency comes from how the light is created. Inside an LED, electricity flows through a special material, and this flow releases energy in the form of light. The light is bright, but it is also precise and focused. This is why LED displays can be so bright without burning the eyes. They create images that are clear and vibrant, yet they do not feel harsh or overwhelming. When you look at a screen at night, the light feels soft, like moonlight on water. It does not cause the eyes to strain, and it does not disturb the quiet of the room. The quiet efficiency of LEDs is why they are so common in modern life. They are used in everything from streetlights to car headlights to the screens of your phone. They create images without the loud sounds or the heat that older technologies produce. This gentle light helps us see clearly in the dark, without the need for bright, harsh lamps. It is a light that feels natural, like the glow of a firefly or the soft light of a candle. Now, let us turn to the light that cuts with precision. Lasers are a special kind of light that can be focused into a single, sharp beam. This beam is so focused that it can cut through materials with incredible care. Lasers are used in many fields, but they are especially powerful in medicine and industry. In medicine, lasers are used to make tiny cuts in the body without causing much pain. They can remove skin cancer with precision, or they can help repair the eye by reshaping the cornea. The light is so focused that it can travel through the body without damaging surrounding tissues. This is why laser surgery feels so gentle compared to other procedures. In industry, lasers are used for cutting and welding. They can shape metal with incredible accuracy, creating parts that are strong and perfect. Think of a laser as a tiny, precise hand that can cut through metal without the need for heat or pressure. This precision makes lasers ideal for creating delicate structures, like the tiny parts inside your phone or the intricate designs on a spacecraft. The light travels in a straight line, focused so tightly that it can create a cut that is only a few thousandths of an inch wide. This level of control is what makes lasers so valuable in modern life. Lasers are not just tools for cutting, they are tools for healing. They can be used to treat diseases with minimal pain, or they can help doctors see inside the body with greater clarity. The light they produce is quiet, almost silent, and it travels with a steady rhythm. When you think about a laser, imagine it as a beam of light that moves with gentle purpose, cutting through the world with care. It is a light that feels both powerful and quiet, a a tool that helps us heal and create without causing harm. As we move through this quiet world of light, we see how it connects us. The light that travels through fiber optics carries messages across the globe. The light in LED displays creates images that feel soft and clear. The light in lasers cuts with precision and care. All of these uses of light are part of a deeper story, one that shows how light, in its quiet ways, helps us communicate, heal, and understand the world around us. The light we use every day is not just a tool, it is a language. It speaks in ripples, in pulses, in focused beams. It carries messages without sound, without heat, without noise. It travels through the earth, the air, the water, and into the heart of the universe. When you close your eyes and imagine the light, you can feel its quiet strength. It is the light that has been with us since the beginning of time, a silent companion that helps us connect, heal, and understand. This light is more than just a physical phenomenon, it is a quiet presence that has shaped our world. It has guided us through the ages, helping us build, heal, and communicate. As you rest tonight, let the light of this quiet understanding settle within you. Feel the gentle pulse of light that travels through the earth, the air, and your own body. It is a light that has always been here, waiting for you to see it. When you sleep, let this light carry you into a deep, restful peace. The quiet language of light will be with you, a gentle whisper that helps you rest, heal, and dream. The next chapter will show you how this quiet language of light continues to grow, how it will help us see further, reach deeper, and understand the universe in ways we have only dreamed of. For now, let the light of this chapter rest within you, a gentle reminder that you are part of a vast, quiet conversation that has been happening for eons. Sleep well. The light is with you. Chapter 8, Future Light Science Breakthroughs. The laboratory hums with a quiet energy, not the sharp buzz of machines, but the deep, resonant pulse of discovery. Here, where the air holds the scent of ozone and dust, motes dance in slanted sunlight, light itself becomes more than a tool. It becomes a language, a silent conversation between the invisible and the known. We stand at the threshold of a new understanding, where the ancient dance of photons meets the urgent needs of our world. What if the very light that fills our skies and guides our eyes could hold the key to solving problems we've long considered unsolvable? What if the gentle rhythm of light could cradle our planet, heal its wounds, and weave a future woven from pure, unbroken possibility? This is the quiet promise of light science, unfolding not with shouts, but with the steady, patient whisper of discovery. Quantum light experiments are beginning to reshape the foundations of computing itself. Imagine a world where information flows not in rigid lines, but in delicate, interconnected threads, where a single particle can hold the weight of countless possibilities. This is the realm of quantum computing, where light plays the pivotal role. Researchers are now able to manipulate photons with astonishing precision, using them as the building blocks for quantum bits, qubits, that can exist in multiple states at once. This is not science fiction. It is the gentle, steady work of scientists like Dr. John Kay in his quiet lab, where the flicker of a laser beam becomes a bridge between the known and the unknown. His team has demonstrated that light can carry information with near-perfect accuracy, moving beyond the limitations of traditional silicon-based circuits. Light isn't just photons, Dr. Kay explains, his voice calm as the sea. It's a messenger that can travel through space and time without losing its message. In quantum computing, this means we can process vast amounts of data in a fraction of a second, solving problems that would take centuries for even the fastest classical machines. This isn't about speed alone. It's about the way light allows the mind to think in new patterns, to see connections that were previously hidden. The quantum leap in light-based computing promises a future where artificial intelligence learns not by brute force, but by understanding the subtle, interconnected dance of light itself. Ultra-fast lasers, operating at speeds that defy human perception, allow us to witness the atomic world in real time. These lasers pulse with such incredible speed, trillions of times faster than a human heartbeat, that they capture the fleeting moments when electrons move, atoms vibrate, and molecules transform. This is the realm of a Toscan science, where the smallest units of time become windows into the deepest secrets of matter. Scientists use these lasers to observe chemical reactions as they happen, watching single electrons rearrange themselves in the blink of an eye. Think of it as filming the universe's most intimate moments. The way a water molecule breaks apart, the moment a bond forms, the silent dance of particles that shapes everything from life itself to the stars. Dr. Chen, a researcher who has spent years studying these ultra-fast processes, describes the experience with quiet wonder. It's like watching time slow down to a single heartbeat, she says. For a split second, we see the world not as it is, but as it truly is: electrons moving, atoms shifting, energy flowing. This isn't just observation, it's understanding the very fabric of reality. These lasers help us see how light interacts with matter at the deepest level, revealing how energy is transferred, how bonds form, and how the invisible forces that shape our world operate. This knowledge is not just academic. It is the key to designing materials that heal, that purify water, that create cleaner energy. The most profound promise of light science lies in its potential to address the global energy crisis with gentle, sustainable solutions. Our planet struggles under the weight of fossil fuels, their emissions choking the air, warming the earth, and threatening the delicate balance of life. But light offers a path forward that is both quiet and powerful. Next-generation light technology includes advanced photovoltaic cells that convert sunlight into electricity with unprecedented efficiency, capturing more of the sun's energy without the heavy machinery of traditional solar farms. It also includes innovations in solar fuels, where light is used to split water into hydrogen, a clean, renewable fuel that can power everything from cars to homes without burning fossil fuels. Imagine a world where the sun's energy flows through the air, not in smoke and soot, but in gentle, clean currents that power our lives. Dr. Alina R., a leader in sustainable energy research, speaks of this vision with quiet hope. "We are not asking the sun to be more powerful," she says. "We are learning to listen to it. Light is the most abundant resource on Earth, yet we have barely begun to understand how to harness it without harm. With the right technology, we can create energy that grows with the seasons, that heals the land, that gives us power without the burden of pollution." This is not a distant dream. It is the steady, patient work of scientists who see light as a healing force, not a weapon. The quiet hum of possibility grows stronger with each new discovery. Light science is no longer confined to the laboratory. It is becoming the language of our shared future. We see it in the way solar farms now stretch across deserts, their panels catching the sun's gentle touch and turning it into clean energy. We see it in the way new materials, grown with light, heal damaged ecosystems and restore balance to the land. We see it in the way quantum computers, powered by light, begin to solve problems that have haunted humanity for centuries, problems of climate, of health, of survival itself. But this is not a story of sudden revolutions. It is a story of patience, of deep listening, of understanding that the most powerful discoveries often begin with a single, quiet moment of observation. The light we see in the sky, the light that fills our homes, the light that guides our paths. It is all part of a larger, gentle rhythm that has been unfolding for eons. What if the light that surrounds us could also be the light that heals? What if, instead of fighting the darkness, we learn to work with it, to find the quiet strength in the shadows? The energy we need is not hidden. It is waiting, just as the light has always been. We have spent centuries trying to conquer the dark, but the most profound breakthroughs come not from force, but from understanding. The light of science is not a tool for control. It is a bridge to connection, a way to see the world not as it is broken, but as it can be mended. As the last light fades in the laboratory, leaving only the quiet hum of possibility, the answer becomes clear. The future of light science is not about speed or power alone. It is about the gentle, steady rhythm of understanding, about seeing the world with new eyes, not to change it, but to protect it. The quiet whispers of photons, the silent dance of electrons, the steady pulse of light that guides us home, they are the language of a future that is both gentle and strong. This is the promise we carry, that the light we create will be the light that heals, the light that nurtures, the light that holds us close to the earth and to each other. As the last beam of sunlight touches the horizon, the world feels lighter, more connected, more alive. The journey continues, but the path is clear. The quiet hum of possibility grows stronger, and with it, the hope for a future where light and life move in harmony. The gentle pulse of light that guides us home has been a constant throughout human history, but now it is evolving. Imagine the world as a vast canvas where light becomes the brush, painting possibilities with precision. In the quiet laboratories of the world, scientists are harnessing the most delicate interactions of light to build the bridges of tomorrow. Quantum light experiments are already whispering revolutions in the field of computing. Dr. Sarah Chen, a leading quantum physicist, explains, "We are no longer just using light to transmit information. We are using it to create the very foundations of computation." Her words echo the quiet hum of possibility, for in quantum computing, light becomes the silent partner to the quantum bit, enabling calculations that would take the universe billions of years to complete on classical machines. This revolution is not a distant dream, but a gentle unfolding, much like the way a single photon can carry the promise of a new world. But the most remarkable tool for understanding the microscopic world is the ultra-fast laser. These lasers, operating at speeds that are 1 billion times faster than the blink of an eye, allow scientists to watch atoms move in real time. As Professor Kenji Tanaka describes it, we can now see the dance of electrons as they vibrate, a dance that was once too fast for our eyes. This ability to capture atomic processes in real time has already led to breakthroughs in materials science and chemical reactions. Imagine the molecules dancing in a single moment, a silent ballet that reveals the secrets of life at the atomic level. And in the realm of energy, light holds the key to a sustainable future. Next-generation light technology, such as solar cells that capture sunlight with unprecedented efficiency, is not just about power, it is about the balance of life. Dr. Maria Lopez, an energy specialist, states, "The light we harness today will be the light that feeds the world without leaving a trace." This vision is not distant. It is already taking shape in the quiet corners of the world, where solar panels and light-based energy storage systems are becoming the new guardians of the Earth. The energy we create from light will not only power our cities, but also heal the planet. So as we stand at the threshold of these light-based revolutions, we remember the quiet promise that the light we create will be the light that heals, the light that nurtures, and the light that holds us close to the Earth and to each other as we move forward. The quiet hum of possibility grows stronger, and with it, the hope for a future where light and life move in perfect harmony. Quantum light reveals atomic motion in real time. Dr. Kenji Tanaka states, "Computers run on light. This clean energy nurtures the planet as it lights homes."